We have left Cardiff Castle behind, and now we are at a castle of a totally different kind. Welcome to Castell Coch, a fairy tale castle built on a 13th century ruin. We are at Castell Coch. It is stunning already. We haven't even made it inside. If you watched our previous vlog, we just came from Cardiff Castle. So it's the same gentleman who owned Cardiff Castle, the third Marquess of Bute, and William Burgess, the architect. They also restored this. It was a 12th century castle ruin that they owned, and do you leave it a castle ruin, or do you turn it into a fairy tale castle of splendor? They turned it into a fairy tale castle of splendor. This is the second room we've been in this whole castle, and I can tell you right now, this is my favorite room in the whole castle. It was the drawing room. It's stunning. It's covered in these murals on the walls of animals that showcase Aesop's fables. Up in the arches of the ceiling, you have butterflies along the arching ways, and then in between all of those is just tons of birds galore. The thing that was interesting that we learned at Cardiff Castle is that the third Marquess of Bute loved animals. He was against hunting. He didn't have any stuffed taxidermied animals ever in his homes. He loved animals, and so in each of his homes at Cardiff and here, you can see that played out in the motifs around, and the decorations and the paintings. This room is stunning. The themes in these rooms are so well thought out. If around the base of the room are all panels of painted flowers and insects, and then above that you have all of the animals, and then above that you have butterflies and birds that fade into a night sky with stars and the sun in the center. The butterflies represent the fragility of life, and carried through that is the sculptures over the fireplace of the three fates, the stages of life: birth, life, and death. It's a beautiful room. This room's got some damage. I'm not sure if you can see up around the fireplace, the plaster and the wallpaper are starting to peel off, and that's because they had leaking in the chimneys. Then when the water would dissolve the salt, it would form crystals on the warmer side, and it's just pushing the decoration off of the wall. Unfortunately, this is a big problem at a lot of the older historical sites here in the UK, and that they're thinking it's sort of been escalated because of the more constant and heavier rainfall than normal over the last 5-10 years.
This makes me love this castle so much more. It has an actual portcullis that works. As you crank this, it brings up the drawbridge and lowers the portcullis. There's absolutely no reason for it for modern times, but it's amazing. And also, they included the murder hole where you would drop things on people or shoot them with bows. They filled it up because most people that came when this happened, the castle was in use, would just ring the doorbell, which apparently, yes, there is a doorbell here. This just makes me so happy. It's so cool.
This room really digs deep into the symbolism of a lot of the motifs that you find throughout the castle, such as the choice of flowers or the choice of animal or the choice of fruit painted on a wall. Many of them are symbols of love, and the whole castle seems to just be this dedication to his love for his wife and their wonderful unity together and their marriage. It's beautiful what they've created here, and I love the meaning behind every single little piece. He also includes many animals, some of them representations of pets that he had as a child. Another fun fact that I read on the wall is he was so against blood sports and hunting just for the fun of it. that it just really bothered him. And a lot of the men at the time, the gentry, treated rabbits as pests, and they would kill them to keep them out of their gardens. However, at their other estate in Scotland that we've also randomly been to, called Mount Stewart, they replanted their garden there for the bunnies to come in and eat. Just really sweet people. This is the dungeon of the original 12th century castle, 12th century. They found it while excavating the site before they built Castell Coch as it is now, but they wanted to keep it. They were really, really big on conserving what was already here. So this area is original to the castle, as well as the bottom room of one of the other towers, and they painstakingly put it all back together to keep it as the foundations of the current castle, which is pretty neat. It might not show up on camera, but you can kind of see the difference between the older stone and then the 18th century brickwork above it.
As you can see, the door behind us is shut because we were the last people in there.
As seems to be the usual for us, we have stayed until it closed.
They were very nice, though.
We actually spent the last 10 minutes just standing there having a chat about Lord Bute and the family and the castles and all of the history, and it was great.
If you're in the area, you have to come to this castle. It is unlike anything we've ever seen, and we've seen
I love it.
Tons of castles.
It's phenomenal. It's so different, I'm sure, as you can tell from the rest of our vlog series of Wales, from the other castles that we've been to, which are all medieval ruins.
Yeah,
or
they're castles.
Okay.
This is a castle too, but it was built in a different time period. So.
Well, and it's a really. Everywhere we go, we always talk about which castle we'd keep for ourselves, and
just pretty much it.
This is it.
I always argue that I want something medieval. She always argues that she wants something
Victorian.
Edwardian. This is literally made in the Victorian era by people that are trying to make a medieval castle.
On the bones of a medieval castle.
So this is everything that we wanted. So if everyone would like and comment and subscribe,
so that we can, someday,
and we can somehow have millions of
dollars to just build a replica of that.
Because you can't buy it because it belongs to the. Actually,
and I would hate to buy it and live in it now because so many people get to come and see it, as wonderful as it is.
It's really beautiful. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
I love it.
You'll have to check it out. If you're here, please check it out.
I never ask, but like, comment, subscribe, so that I can have one of those.
Come give them money so this place will keep going, because they do have some damage inside.
They are doing a lot of
And
restoration.
they do need to do some restoration. And honestly, I think there's walking paths. It looks like there's a walking path board over this direction. So even if you're from this area, come up here to see the castle, go for a walk.
Enjoy the surroundings.
The parking was free.
Yeah, that's nice. It's also part of Cadu, so if you're a Cadu member, you get it for free. And now we're going to go kill 4 hours somehow.
We're going to charge batteries for 4 hours.
And then it's time for the ghost tour.
It's time for the ghost tour.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Lies.
Also, can we appreciate the birds for just a minute? And the random horn.